Something very important just happened at the National Assembly, and if you care about election, transparency, or what truly went wrong in 2023, you need to pay close attention to this. The Senate has amended the Electoral Act. Clause 60 has been updated, and the big headline is this: Presiding officers are now required to transmit election results electronically to the IREV portal. But this is where things get interesting. If electronic transmission fails, then the manual result sheet from ACBA will be used instead. So the big question is this real electoral reform or just another political compromise? Let's break it down calmly, clearly, and without noise. First, let's be very precise. The amendment says results must be sent electronically from the polling unit to IREV. Electronic transmission is not the primary method. Only when electronic transmission fails, then officials can rely on manual results, which is Form AC8A. This wording is not accidental, it is deliberate. For the first time since the controversy of the last election cycle, electronic transmission has been clearly written back into the law. That alone is significant. To understand why Nigerians are reacting strongly, we need to remember one thing. In the last general election, many polling unit results were announced manually, arrived late, or never showed up on IREV at all. This created a whole lot of massive suspicion because when results are uploaded directly from the polling unit, it becomes very hard to manipulate them later at ward collation centers, local government collation centers, or state collation centers. IREV was supposed to lock results in early before politics could touch them. So by restoring electronic transmission as the default, the Senate is admitting something very important. Nigerians were right to demand transparency. IREV simply means INEC Result Viewing Portal. Its job is simple. Take results directly from polling units, upload them in real time, allow citizens, parties, and observers to view them. When IREV works properly, results are visible. Collation becomes verification and not alteration. Trust in the system increases. That is why this amendment is being called a game changer by some people. Now, let's talk about the most dangerous sentence in this amendment. If electronic transmission fails, this is the loophole, because the law does not yet clearly answer this question. Who determines that transmissions has failed? What qualifies it as a failure? Network issues, device issues, or power failure? Is there a time limit before switching to the manual process? Is the failure documented and audited? Without strict definition, failure can become an excuse, and in Nigeria elections, excuses are powerful tools. So let's be honest, this amendment is not useless, but it is also not perfect. It is a partial victory, a win because electronic transmission is now clearly recognized by law. IREV is no longer optional. Manual results are no longer the first option, but a risk because the fallback option still exists. Enforcement is still the real battle. Technology cannot be sabotaged if not protected. So the law opens the door to transparency, but it does not guarantee it. This amendment also has political meaning. Supporters of electoral reform, especially young voters and civil society groups, will see this as a progress. Obi supporters will likely say this proves the system needs fixing. The ruling political class may say we have balanced technology with reality, and lawyers are already sharpening their arguments, because in future elections, court cases will not focus on whether electronic transmission is allowed. They will focus on whether it truly failed. If this law is properly enforced, rigging automatically becomes harder, then result becomes faster. Public confidence can slowly return. But if the enforcement is literally weak, the same old tactics will simply wear new clothes. Technical failure will become the new buzzword. So, the law is only step one. The real test is implementation. So yes, this amendment matters, but it does not solve everything. But it shifts the battlefield. Electronic transmission is back in the law. IREV is back at the center. Now the question is not whether results should be uploaded, but whether Nigerians will insist that they are, because laws does not protect democracy. Well, this is my own subjective view pertaining to the new amendments of the electoral reform. Well, you can leave your comments in the comment section below and do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you.